We're less than 12 hours from eggs starting to open up, but honestly, I'm not even worried about that right now because the market is already in the mud. Thanks to Patrick Peterson, we're going to try to cover all the aspects of the Easter market crash, the market really that is right now, what to kind of look out for, what to expect, and yeah, the market is back. It had been in hibernation for the last week, but thanks to Patrick Peterson and his special offers, the market is already in the mud. So eggs, when do they open? I know that's the first question you guys are going to have in the comments below. Eggs start to open up at 6 a.m. Eastern time, and they'll go in 30-minute intervals. That's at least what it was for this last Zero Chill, and I expect the same process to happen for Sugar Rush. So 6 a.m. Eastern, small eggs will open up. 6:30 a.m. Eastern, or actually, it might have been 5 a.m. Eastern. Don't quote me on that. It happens at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. for me on the West Coast. And then every single 30 minutes, again, it starts with smalls. 30 minutes, it goes to mediums, largest, extra largest. So probably by the time you wake up, all your eggs will be open. So it's not like back in the day when eggs opened up all at once and there was like one super surge onto the market. You want to buy, and then it kind of ends. The way it works kind of now, it's a lot more of a slow moving process where the market crash actually kind of happens for the first half of the day, I would say. So it actually gives you a lot more opportunity to buy the cards you want. But the market, like I said, it's already in the gutter. And part of that is the value of carrots has been cut in half. If you actually go and have been on the market the past 24 hours, you'll know all Sugar Rush cards are pretty much minned out apart from 92 overalls. 90 overalls you could also still sell. They aren't minned out. But other than that, 98 overall Sugar Rush cards are minned out at 392k. If you actually have one of these, you don't want to sell them for 392 because you're taking the 40k tax you're going to lose. You might as well just quick sell it, let that carrot conversion happen in a week, 2 weeks time, and you don't have to lose that 40k tax unless you really need the coins right now. But even at that, it's really hard to actually sell one of these cards. So 98 overall and 95 overall Sugar Rush cards are minned out in price. It also does give me confidence that the coin conversion that Mudleaks did tweet out the other day is like locked and loaded. It's going to happen. EA, I don't think is going to pull a fast one on us and make it like 10 or 15 coins. It's pretty safely locked at 25. But other than that, let's actually talk about my basket, my refresh, how it went. You guys make sure to put in the comments, what did you guys pull from your second refresh? Mine definitely was not as good as the first one. Had I had good extravagant baskets, they'll be going on in the background. You guys will see my pulls, but my extravagant baskets, man, I went 0 for 7 on pulling a champion or an LTD, whereas I went 5 for 7 across all the extravagant baskets I pulled during part 1. That's where I got killed. I lost like 10k on those. Oh man, medium baskets were terrible. I lost 20k on those, and I even got lucky and pulled a solar egg on the last one. I think I pulled, you'll see my total eggs, but I have like 12 or 15 medium eggs, I think it is. And they're pretty much all, I have 21 medium eggs. I didn't have them before the other day. So I pulled 21 medium eggs out of like 30 medium baskets. An absolute crazy number. The good thing is though, and again, I lost like 15 to 20k carrots on medium baskets, is I made like 10 to 15k carrots on excellent baskets. I pulled another George Kittle egg out of those. And then in the mysteries, in the smalls, I pulled 3 other big eggs. I pulled another jungle egg out of a mystery. I pulled a ball hawk out of a mystery. And I pulled a dynamic egg out of a small basket. So my mysteries, I made like 15 to 20k carrots. Excellence, I made 10k carrots. And then I think smalls, I made 5 to 10k carrots on those, or 10, 15k carrots. Overall, my basket refresher part 2, I think I made 15k to 20k carrots. So not the 60k carrots I made during part 1, but still solid. One thing you could say I could take away from part 2 is I kept a lot of the smaller eggs, right? I have 21 medium eggs. Like I have a total of 12 howdy eggs, 10, or I have 30 small eggs, like 7 extravagance. I ended up keeping a lot of smaller eggs as content creators, so I have some stuff to open up on Easter. And I am very excited to open up those small and medium base eggs. I'm hoping I get 1 or 2, like 97, 98, 99 overall pulls. And that will kind of make up for absolutely everything. And why do I have a 91 overall plus B&D All-Star Athlete? Let's see if I could pull anything from this. I mean, technically pulling a 95 wouldn't be bad. Hey, you know what? 95 Ted Hendricks, if I ever want to upgrade him, which I actually have the 98 Ted Hendricks I took as a BND, that actually was not a bad pull. But yeah, let me know how you guys did on your eggs for the refresh the second time around. But because the carrot market has been cut in half, we finally are seeing normal prices across the board at the higher overalls. What I mean by that is 95 overalls, which had been 100k for the last month in the game. They're now going for like 65k just as of today because of the Pat Pete offer. And I don't want to tell you you can start buying these, but 65k, they're probably going to get right under 60k tomorrow, which will be like the prime time to buy them. By the way, Mudleaks tweeted out there's 2 more releases of 98 overall AKAs. So we might potentially not be getting 99 overall draft champions. We'll probably still get like draft pick 1, 2, and 3 99 overall cards, but the base champions that we get look to be still 98 overalls, and that doesn't guarantee 95 overalls are going to be involved in the sets. It might go up to 96 because it's been that long, but there's a good chance 95 overalls are still going to be involved in sets for the next 2 weeks. So 95 overalls, like under 60k, very, very safe investment for Easter Sunday, especially if you can get the likes of like Ultimate Legends, AKAs. Now, you're not going to be able to get those for 60k, but Ultimate Legend, AKAs, Roster Evolutions, because they have, you know, other set value there, are really, really good. If we actually go up to 96 overalls, which have been going for, right, 150, 160k, they're now under 100k. You can buy them, you know, like 90k today. And of course, these are probably the safest investment you can make. Hopefully, they're in like the low 80s tomorrow. But, you know, they're going to be involved whenever we get 99 overall champion sets. Here's an 84k Patrick Peterson. Don't mind if I do. They're going to be involved, right? You can buy 96 overalls for 90k right now, go on vacation for a month, and you'll come back and they'll probably still be 90 to 100k because they'll be involved in some sort of 99 overall champion set. That'll be pretty good. So 95s and 96s are 2 of the safest investments, and their price already today was really, really good. The market kind of tanked the way it was because it's setting up Easter morning to be like a really, really just great buyable market where 96s are potentially mid 80s, 95s are mid 50s, and those are about as safe as investments as you can get. They're going to be involved in sets for the next few weeks, and that's going to be probably what I target mainly on Easter Sunday. One thing, though, or another thing that I want to talk about, and I've ran some polls on Twitter to kind of get a better feel of what people have egg-wise, meaning like, did they quick sell a lot of promo eggs? This is what I've gathered, and I think everyone kind of understands this. Everybody has champion and LTD eggs. I'm talking a majority of people that have cleared out the store have 10 plus. I have like 8 or 9, I think, but almost everybody has 5 plus, and there's like people that have 15. Ridiculous numbers. It gives me very, very similar vibes to Madden 22 Easter, if you guys can remember, with the Reggie White, the Barry Sanders, the Vernon Davis. Also gives me similar vibes to Harold Carmichael and Tom Brady from Madden 24 or Madden 23 Zero Chill. And if you guys can remember from those 2 instances, despite those cards being really, really good, it didn't matter because there was so much supply. The cards eventually minned out in price. There was like 2,500 Tom Brady and Harold Carmichaels in Madden 23, and eventually they got out to min price. So I think every single LTD and champion egg is going to be minned out in price. I don't care how good they are. Everybody has way too many of them. By the way, Jason Taylor, Eli Manning, if you're curious, there was a loophole this morning where if you played the Week 10 Ultimate Legend solos, you got one of them for free, sellable. People were probably overreacting to it. It wasn't some generational loophole. It was a free 250k, which was nice. I ended up taking advantage. I think I did what a market person would do when such a loophole pops up is I go out and instead of, you know, just doing the loophole once, I go out and buy a bunch of Jason Taylors for 240k. Now that's looking pretty good. But on that note of everybody having champion and LT eggs, I also ran a poll talking about like how many promo eggs are you guys keeping? Are you keeping all your promo eggs? Do you quick sell the majority of them? For the most part, it seems like the smaller eggs are being kept more than the bigger eggs. There's just not that many, especially they're spread out between all the promos. The solar egg is definitely the most popular of the big ones people are keeping, but my take, and I talked about this a little bit on Market Monday, with everybody, I'm looking at Easter Sunday seriously as a day where people are essentially cashing out from a loophole. Like, seriously, that's what the Easter baskets were. They were a loophole. They were guaranteed profit if you opened the baskets and did them correctly, you quick sold the right eggs. if you're cashing out on champions and LTs, which essentially is every single person still playing Madden Ultimate Team, we're going to be spawning in, everybody is spawning in with 1, 2, 3, 4 million coins. And what are they going to do with those coins? They're going to go out and they're going to buy the best and most popular players. And when I think of the best, most popular players, the first thing that comes to my head is all-star athletes. So what does this mean? I don't really consider this, and I'm not really talking like investment-wise. I'm not going out and buying. I mean, I can show you guys. I don't have any. They're not like an investment I'm really making right now. I bought, I have a few Randy Mosses, Penei Sewell. I bought a Jimmy Graham for like $250. I bought a Randall McDaniel for $300K. I'm looking at all-star athletes as kind of the cards that if you compare them to ghosts, right? Every single time Christmas rolls around, Christmas morning happens, ghost cards always go up in price. They always tank a little bit in the very beginning, right? Because people open up their packs, their presents, their eggs, and they dip a little bit in the beginning. But once people gather their coins, what do? They go out and they buy the best cards in the game to build their team. And that right now is all-star athletes. So I would be very, very, not impatient, but don't be over patient when it comes to buying these cards. You can probably build the sets for 500K, so I wouldn't really spend like over 550K on any of these cards. But dude, if you see Calvin Johnson tomorrow for like 450, 500K, don't wait for him to drop another 50K. Pull the trigger, because I promise you, I'm going to put this on record. We'll see if I look like a dumbass or look like a genius. I'm going to put on record, I think a lot of the most popular 98 All-Star athletes, I'm talking Derrick Henry, Ed Too Tall Jones, Calvin Johnson, Larry Allen we could throw in there, Anthony Edwards, Ted Henderson we can kind of throw in there. I think the most popular All-Star athlete 98s are going to be like 600 to 650K. They might get to 700K tomorrow. I don't think people realize how many coins collectively as a community we're cashing out. It's cash out day tomorrow. Everybody is getting a stimmy check. We are all getting 3, 4, 5 million coins just off of the LTD eggs and the champion eggs alone. And a lot of players, like, and this was a thing, it wasn't like the baskets were gate kept from like the poor MUT players, the casuals. A lot of casuals were able to benefit from this too, and they're going to be seeing coins they've never seen this entire year. And again, I'm going to say it, I'm going to reiterate it, sound like a broken record. They're going to go and buy all-star athletes to build their team. And yes, the market on all-star athletes might drop for the first 30 minutes, right? That solar egg is opened. But after that initial supply, man, these all-star athletes, we've seen the 95 all-star athlete market. And this is why I believe this. We've seen the 95 all-star athlete market sway heavy. They've gone from 125K during part 1 to 200K during part 2, all the way back down to 125K, and then back up to 200K because people realize, like, hey, they're still the best cards in the game when Sugar Rush was terrible. These 95 all-star athletes, which again are going to be supplied from the solar egg, they are in the first 30 minutes to the first hour that egg opens. But after that, these things are going to shoot right back to, in my opinion, like 150K. And when these things are 150K, that's going to put the set at like 550 to 600K, making the best all-star athletes, again, mid 600K. So if you're looking to rebuy your team, I know a lot of you guys sold your team off, and rightfully so. You made the right move if you sold off your team. You didn't have a team for the past week or so because the market has already come down significantly in the last 48 hours. It's going to go down even more. Don't be hesitant to pick up your all-star athlete cards. Just buy them, get them on your team. Even if you buy one for 500K, you see it later on for 450. By the end of the day, it'll probably be 600K, and you'll be fine. There's going to be a lot of stuff you're going to want to be buying tomorrow. You don't want to be sitting on one all-star athlete 98 overall for 30 minutes trying to save 25K. Get that card for a reasonable price around the set price, meaning like go check how much 95 all-star athletes are going, line up the price, right? If you can do the set for cheaper, do the set for cheaper, but more than likely you won't be able to. Buy the card and get moving because there's a lot of cards. Other than that, you're going to want to be buying, right? 95 overalls we talked about, 96 overalls we talked about, 97 overalls actually are the cheapest overall on the market right now per training. You can get them for around like 130K, and these cards just the other day were 250K. So these things will probably be low 100s tomorrow, and they will also be excellent buys. yeah, don't want to sound happy, but I'm very relieved that we didn't go into Easter with a very inflated market. This Patrick Peterson offer has done a great job at kind of already crashing the market before the crash, you would say. But, I mean, the bigger crash was probably today. But tomorrow will still definitely be exciting. But I think that's about everything. I try to cover a lot without rambling for 30 minutes. We covered baskets. I mean, I guess one last thing we could touch on. Of course, with the market crashing tomorrow, you're not going to want to be selling your cards. The only cards you're going to want to sell, I'll say this, I'm going to be trying to sell my champion and my LTD eggs right away when they open. I'm getting Anthony Richardson. I'm listing him straight up for 650k, and hopefully he sells before he's minned out at 400k. And then for the rest of the eggs, I'll open them up and I'll probably sell them in the middle of next week. Don't look to sell really anything. Tomorrow is buying day. It's not selling day except for a few types of cards like LTDs, that sort of thing. But that's all for this video. We'll probably have a egg opening video uploaded maybe tomorrow night if I can get it out before I go and, you know, hang out with my family for Easter Sunday. Enjoy your Easter for those that are watching this video. Good luck on your eggs and good luck in the market. Probably the last big market day for you to kind of make coins, especially like going into golden tickets and rookie premieres. But that's all for this video. I will see you guys either for an egg opening video tomorrow evening or Market Monday. And until then, peace.